Welcome to the episode of Jay Leno's Garage. As you know, on this website we enjoy unique driving experiences. And in terms of modern vehicles, it doesn't get much more unique than this. This is the V13R. As you can see, it is a three-wheel vehicle. You might be surprised at the power plant. Made here in North America. Well, let's meet the Vice President of Campagna Motors, David North. David, come on in here. Campagna, am I saying it right?
Yes,
okay.
perfect.
Okay, now this uses a Harley-Davidson engine, correct?
Yeah, this one used the Harley-Davidson V-Rod motor.
The V-Rod motor, okay.
Yep.
That was the one they say was developed by Porsche. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's their most advanced motor. Yeah, I don't think the V-twin would push, the standard air-cooled V-twin probably would not have enough horsepower to push this around. What are you looking at here, about 125?
Yeah, 122 horsepower.
122,
yeah,
okay.
That's the new 1250 V-Rod Revolution motor.
Right, and this is built in Quebec?
Yeah, in Quebec, in Boucherville,
okay.
south shore of Montreal.
Okay, so it's North American, same thing, and it uses a Harley engine. Very, very cool. Well, tell us about the vehicle. How much does it weigh?
The vehicle, the way it sits like this, weighs about 1,150 pounds.
1,150 pounds,
yeah,
okay. So, and you're pushing 122 horsepower,
yep.
So that's pretty good, not much at all.
Mm-hmm.
And at least here in California, since it's got a roll bar, and it's technically a motorcycle, but you don't need a motorcycle license, and you don't need a helmet to drive it, correct?
That's correct.
All right, very good. And it's got seat belts and disc brakes, and have you modified the engine at all, or is it a standard Harley motor?
It's a standard Harley Motors,
okay.
Because we need to meet all, regulation,
right.
certification, and all
well,
the
it
car
appears to be very high quality. This is all fiberglass, obviously. Mm-hmm. What is under here? Is that your trunk space under there?
It's a little trunk space that actually we call it the wine and cheese golf box.
The wine and cheese?
The wine and cheese box.
Yeah.
So you can actually remove this part here,
okay.
And you have access to the
right.
pedal, which are fully, adjustable front and rear.
Okay, and look, you got a full. That is a Lamborghini-sized trunk right there. that's a McLaren F1. You got plenty of room in there. So very cool.
Yeah. So you can adjust the bulbs and work a little bit from here.
Yeah, appears to be very well engineered and put together. We'll drive it in a few minutes here. And your radiator is where?
Right here. You see, we're running a car-size radiator.
Oh, I see. Much bigger than on the motorcycle.
Yeah, so it's getting the air from underneath the vehicle.
Right.
So it goes right there on the radiator.
And I guess you're pulling it in here. Are these functional in here as well?
A little bit, yeah.
You're pulling it through the side as well. Okay. And it's got the belt drive right off the Harley, correct?
Yeah, we're using a stock V-Rod pulley on the rear.
Okay.
So we have our custom designed belt, which are carbon Kevlar belt. So these are actually stronger than the regular belts.
And these suitcases, would they be saddlebags?
Yeah, side cases, they are actually, you can remove this when you're
those
going.
Those pop right off.
Yeah,
okay.
you see, you can.
Oh, I see, yeah, just like the BMW, comes right off there. Very nice, yeah. Nice design.
It's perfect, if you're going on a vacation.
If you want to go out and do some speed runs, you can just leave those at home.
Yep.
And what are these lights?
There's just a
reflector?
Lens, yeah.
Okay, very cool. What do you got, about a 6-gallon tank, 7
8 gallons.
8 gallon?
Yep.
Okay.
8 gallons, and actually the fuel cell is right here.
Okay.
So it keeps the center of gravity very low.
Gotcha. And of course, sequential gearbox. So
yeah, it's a 5-speed mechanic gearbox, and we also have our own reverse design.
Okay, and what is that, electric, the reverse?
No, it's a mechanical. It's a planetary system.
Oh.
So it's connected on the output shaft of the bike.
Yeah.
So you actually go into first gear, you pull the lever, and you just back it up.
Yeah, my biggest complaint with a lot of guys that do three-wheelers is they just don't have the technical expertise to put a reverse gear in it. So you got to get out and you look real stupid.
Yeah.
Doing this, backing the thing up, and people are honking. So,
yeah.
So it's a real vehicle that way.
Yeah.
And disc brakes, are those off the Harley or are those other disc brakes?
Regular car disc brakes, but we use the Willwood caliper.
Oh, Willwood. Well, we use Willwood here at the shop. They're a terrific brake manufacturer. And you do all the fiberglass work and everything up in Quebec, eh?
Yeah, everything is done in Quebec.
Okay. Well, nicely done. It's, yeah, I'm anxious to drive this. It's a fascinating looking vehicle. Got your dual exhaust right here.
Yep. You see, and the way it's designed, because we usually on a stock motor, we use the V-Rod muscle exhaust system.
Right, right.
But the way we designed the frame, you can actually put any slip-ons on it. Like they will
Gotcha.
fit any FL
Right.
Harley-Davidson.
Massive backup lights there,
Yeah.
reversing lights.
Yeah, we need to, with
Yeah.
the safety standard.
Sure, sure. And you caught you use your outside rear view mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously no doors, you just step into it.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to develop this?
We've been working on this for over 5 years.
Yeah.
So we just actually launched our first unit last year.
Now this company also makes a bike called the T-Rex, which was phenomenally fast. That used the big, the Kawasaki?
1400
Yeah,
motor.
the Kawasaki 1400 motor. And yeah, that was a real beast.
Yeah.
This is more of a cruiser. You can actually go somewhere in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Let's take it for a ride. The windshield sends the wind over your head, so you don't need the goggles, but I'm probably going to put them on anyway. Well, you really are low to the ground. I mean, you're below the license plates of most cars. But I like vehicles that give you a real sensation of speed. And optically, of course, the closer you are to the ground, the faster it seems like you're going. We'll see how it is once we get out of traffic. And like you said, it's what, 2 inches wider than a Corvette?
Yep.
So you're not going to flip this thing. Three-wheelers you think are inherently unstable, but it's so wide that you get a lot more sense of security. I like the fact that it's the V-Rod motor rather than the standard V-twin. The V-twin, the air-cooled one, is fine in a bike because that weighs about 500, 600, 700 pounds. With 1,100 pounds, you want something a little more substantial. And this motor, of course, puts out 122 horsepower. Unlike the standard Harley V-twin, the V-Rod engine really likes to rev. You feel it come on the cam about, what is that, 3,000, 3,500 RPM? Who needs four wheels? They build this in Canada because it's a perfect vehicle for California. I love this V-Rod motor. Let's see how she cruises on the freeway. Take it up to 5th gear. How comfortable it is. And people can't steal it because you take the steering wheel with you when you go. The cool thing is, because it's a motorcycle, you can actually use the carpool lane on the freeway. And it probably gets pretty good mileage. What is the mileage?
About 30, 35.
About 30, 35 miles per gallon. Well, the big question is, will it do a burnout? Let's find out. Well, as you can see, it's a lot of fun to ride. And if you're the kind of guy who's, maybe your wife won't let you get a motorcycle, but honey, it's practical, it's cool. And it rides comfortably. Like I said, I'm 6 feet tall, I fit in it perfectly well. But with any vehicle like this, the immaturity factor comes into play. Will it do a burnout? Let's find out. And it brakes as well as it stops. This has been a lot of fun. These French Canadians, very clever people. See you next week.
Thank you.